V-Gates, everybody. How's it going? I'm hoping that you are having a great week, and wanted to share with you all today upcoming projects. I talked about it on the last video. I actually have some old figs here that I purchased probably sometime right after college, between college and when I was married in 1995. Looking at some of the figs at the bases, I still do to some degree, put the date that I finished the fig and my initials. And a lot of these were finished in 2000, 1998, 1996, that kind of era. So I wanted to share these figs with you and maybe get some input on things I can do with this army. Obviously, we could doing some sort of a multi-basing situation where I can use them for Hail Caesar and I can use them for Kings of War as like a Kingdom of Men army. So I got a couple possibilities so that these can get used and repurposed. So we're gonna just crack these two box kits open. Back in the day, being more of a Games Workshop customer back then, I was basically getting the old Games Workshop cases. Here's one of the standards, classic Games Workshop case. I'm sure you've seen it before. And then the big one, I got the Big Daddy, and it says Citadel on the front. It's got a nice raised embossed old Citadel symbol. So this is a big dog. We'll crack this puppy open first. It's got different types of infantry. So I've got the European Crusaders, and I also have the Muslim Saracen Crusaders in here. And just show you some of the old figs, how they were, what I was doing back then. They're on the old wooden bases that I made from literally just purchased cheap yardsticks at a hardware store and then just cut them into bases, filed them down, cut them into bases. So let's crack this open. Again, I'm coming at you from this angle today, is in front of the new media system that I'll be using to edit videos and to store videos and photos and whatnot, and my new display cabinet that I used for LED lighting. So check out those videos in the past. It's a great little system. It's remote control. You don't have to fiddle with little on-off switches and crap on cords and all that nonsense. I literally just keep a remote control by both of my workstations, and I just push the little red button and the lights come on both my display cabinets at the same time. So it's pretty cool. So let's dig in. I basically have these guys. They're basically like Norman type troops. They've got the full chainmail. Got the spear. Got the shield. I had a very basic paint scheme. Right, I probably only had 10, 15 bottles of paint to my name, so everybody got a similar paint scheme for the most part. So so those are pretty cool. I got like him, and then I went ahead and trying to figure out how hard it's going to be to pull these bases off. Just dropped it. You can see that they really didn't come with much of a base. And these guys, I bought them at a place still in existence. It's called the Soldiery here in Columbus, Ohio. It's down, as you're getting kind of down by campus, OSU campus. But yeah, it's not as big as it used to be. They've scaled the store down quite a bit. But they would sell these, and I don't even remember who made them, honestly. But and it doesn't really say on the bottom, but they would just come in a big clear plastic bag with like cardboard stapled to the top, and it was just a mass of dudes in there. You'd pull them out, file them, clean them up, put them on bases, and paint them. I can't even remember. I don't really think I was even using a base coat, like my typical white base coat that I like to use. So there's that. So that's basically where we're at on those dudes. Here's a guy. He's throwing his spear. Right, so definitely got potential. Hopefully get your help if you stumble on this. You're a Hail Caesar player. Give me some ideas. I'm obviously going to do some research and what I can repurpose them as for Hail Caesar. Maybe a Roman companion army, maybe Carthaginians, maybe something like that. Greeks, maybe something like that. I don't know. I don't think they use chainmail, but we'll find some purpose for these guys. Now, I'm going to show you. I've got some archers. Use a couple different examples here. Now, see, this dude came with like a circle base. You know, this was obviously a different manufacturer. They're a little on the small side, so maybe we could repurpose these as like, you know, Egyptian pygmy archers or something. I don't know, but I don't know where I picked them up. They came in a bag, and I probably got them on sale. Here's another dude. He looks more like a fig that I had picked up for Dungeons and Dragons at some point. I just repurposed them, and I've got a lot of those in here. I'd collected a lot of D&D figs, too many, you know, over the 80s, and I took a nice bulk of them and just rolled them into this army as fighters. So yeah, so there's that. There's another archer kind of creeping along. Right, just needs washed, and then, you know, obviously redo his helmet so it's not blue. You know, make it bronze or copper or something like that, brass. So we got those. I've got Saracen or Muslim dudes, and it looked like at some point I did put a wash on these, but it's the same type of scheme. It's basically just a Muslim version of a spearman. All right, but they're pretty cool. Good detail on these, and you know, you just gotta love the metal figs. You know, just really hard to find them like this. You know, we're talking early 90s, buying them in the big bulk bags, probably like for like $15. You know, how cool was that? So we got those. Now let's go over here. I'll show you some of the Saracens. Now I got some dudes in here that are, I got two different types. I've got this type, you know, like got the Kojak, you know, what would you call these, Ethiopian, you know, type dudes that were recruited maybe into some army as a unit, and they have the big broadswords, like it almost looks like a machete. And then you got this little African spearman. He's got his little fro. All right, those would be super cool. We could definitely repurpose these into maybe a cohort of the Roman army or something, you know. So yeah, put your comments down below. Give me some ideas. Something fun to play with there, you know. So they've just been sitting around. It's kind of wasteful. Just hoping I can get all these bases pulled off. I think I can. So yeah, so you got that. Then I've got, you know, Muslim style archers, of course. Got those. And here's another one. He's got a little short sword. Right. Now, these aren't as heavy. They must have started using a different kind of alloy at some point, because these aren't as heavy as some of the other ones. Put them away. That's it for that. I don't know what to do with these cases. I really am not into the individual basing anymore. So at some point I'll probably sell them, give them away, keep them, I don't know, keep them around. I'll pull them out once I get a club going here and say, hey, look, I got some of this old stuff. You know, people will say, wow, I haven't seen one of those in 30 years. You know? So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's dig into this small case real quick. And it's got all cavalry units. So I don't think I can repurpose any of these as Romans, obviously, but you know, with these Muslim dudes, I might be able to repurpose them as some sort of a cohort, like a Roman cohort, where they were a territory that the Romans controlled, and they used them for fighting. So you can see they got the cool Muslim headgear, right? Actually, really good sculpts, really good molds on these. This dude's got a hatchet, right? So yeah, and actually, I didn't do too bad on the paint job. Definitely seen worse. Now this guy I really like is he's got a falcon. He's a falconer, right? Pretty sweet, huh? Then where's that other dude I saw earlier? Well, he's pretty cool. Here he is. My this is like a leader. He's like Allah Akbar, you know. Right? Check him out. Then you got this dude. He's got his ponytails. Right? Got something on there. Put a piece of foam. He's got his ponytails. Right? Holding his helmet. Pretty sweet. Alright, so we got those. I'll pull out some of the Crusaders. Well, the European Crusaders. Nice little details I actually did. I did like little gems and stuff on some of their saddlery and their harnesses on the horses. So like I say, when you get started in this thing, guys, it's going to be terrible for the most part, unless you're just naturally talented at painting minis. And as you go along, you pick up more tricks, more techniques, and here I am all these years later, and I'm going to dig these back up and try to make them better, right? So, but yeah, this will give you a quick idea of what I'm talking about here. So you got like a same variant for like a Norman troop. Got the long shield, Norman shield. He's got his lance. He's getting ready to throw into someone. Here's another guy just galloping along. All right. You have some serious weight to them. Then I'll show you some of my old repurposed. And if you guys are old D&D players, you'll recognize some of these dudes. Like you would have used him for an assassin. He's got like a poisonous dart. But I thought, hey, he's got a turban. He would make a great Saracen. Right? Then I've got, this is an old fighter figure. Right? From D&D, I repurposed. Now, I'll show you, pretty sure these were all old Rao Partha, where they do the slotted bases. So the fig would have like a little metal slot on his feet, and you just slide that into the base and glue it. And when you draw up a new character, you go to the local hobby shop, and they'd have a big panel of these dudes in individual little clear plastic packages hanging, on the hooks. And you'd find fighters, and they would have thieves and assassins and magic users, and you'd sit through and say, oh yeah, I'm going to use this for my character, right? And then over time, you just build up a collection. So throw some others out here you might recognize. Some of the old D&D players. There's that dude. He's got a little shield. Or not shield, but he's got a little shield, but he's got a bow, and he's throwing a spear. That would have been like maybe a fighter magic user, maybe. This is an oldie. I used to play a lot of D&D with him. So, there you go, see? Same slotted bases. So there you have those guys. I think that's it. I just have another rack of Crusader dudes. I was getting fancy now. I put rocks on the base there, right? And this one I was experimenting with, I think, a few years back. I did go ahead and put a wash on him at some point. Did you see how much how much better it is just with just a wash? The difference that a wash makes. So he's pretty cool. Anyways, they'll have some fun with these. I'll rip them off the bases. We'll repurpose them. I'm still working on how I'm going to do Hail Caesar basing. I'm torn between doing multi-basing for it, either doing medium, small, or the large units. Obviously, the large units have a lot more advantages. Doing blocks on multi-basing, I don't see where anyone in the game is doing what Kings of War does, which is, 10 dudes represents 20, and nothing like that, where we can scale up the multi-basing. Seems like most guys are doing flat up what the other Warlord games, 4 dudes on a base, a 20 millimeter square base, and just making units like that. I don't know. I'm torn. I really would like to do multi-basing. If I do a large Legion unit and it's 30 dudes, just putting them all on one base, right? And just making it a mass unit, maybe doing like basing them so I can put them together like in black powder, going from like a medium unit, adding another block to make a large unit. I haven't really decided yet. Give me some tips down below, guys. It seems like it's kind of all over the place. A lot of guys are doing multi-basing, but they're just putting them all on one large base, or they're doing, like I said, they'll take a large unit and dividing it into 2 slabs of bases, so to speak, which gives you a lot more flexibility. You're not stuck always having that large unit. If you wanted to just do more medium units and going that route, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still thinking about it, but I would really appreciate any tips any of the other players would give me. But I'll let you guys get going. I really appreciate you tuning into the videos. I appreciate every comment. I really work hard to try to respond to every comment. And don't forget to hit like down below, and my Facebook group, Crazy German Wargaming Group. The crazy spelled just like this channel, CRAZIE, German Wargaming Group. Send me a request, I'll let you into the group. You can start posting your photos, your videos, and interacting with other guys in the groups with your projects. That way we can share ideas and different things we're doing, and keep each other abreast of where we're headed with the hobby. And it's just a great way to connect with like-minded individuals who are into wargaming and painting minis. So without further ado, I want you guys to keep your heads up, keep moving forward, and for God's sake, don't stop wargaming. Ciao.